Hello and welcome back to the Honest Lab Horror Show, the show that we bring to you each and every Friday night. Why we do this on a Friday night? Because Friday night is horror night. Welcome back, and look who's back again. List Head is back.
Yes, we're back. We're back with a list, if you can't guess from that name.
No, I just thought that was your real name.
No, we're back. We're back with doing the lists.
It's been a while since we've done a list. It's definitely been a hot minute. But this one we're not doing a top 10 or anything because it's just too hard to do, and a lot of them would be the same crossovers. But what we're doing tonight is we're just going to throw a watch list together for you of vampire films because everyone loves a vampire film.
Yes.
But before we get started on that, Ted, how are you, sir?
Oh, I'm not too bad, yeah. Getting into the Christmas season now, so kind of away from horror a bit. There's obviously a couple of Christmas horrors. We usually try and
Gremlins,
do, yeah,
Campus.
like we usually try to do an episode or two around Christmas horrors, but I
I think
think
we,
we've
we
kind of
covered
over the
most of them
years
last year.
we covered most of them last year. There's not really much point. There hasn't been many that have come out since that are really needing an episode. Do you know what I mean? Like, yeah, obviously there's Terrifier 3, but
That was
we just
last year, yeah.
it again just be yeah, you just be rehashing what we did last year. So
Well, what I'd say on that just before
more
we
Christmas films this year for me. Now there was a lot of Christmas films last year, but yeah, back into Christmas films and films that aren't necessarily Christmas, but I
are
put them
watched
as
around that time.
well, I always watched them around that time, so I put them as like this is one of my Christmas films, but it's not.
So
It's nothing to do with Christmas.
might be horror. Throw one out there then, and we'll get a generalization of what you feel.
Like a non-horror one.
Yeah.
All right, so like obviously there's the your standard Christmas ones, but one that I like. Well, there's three that I always watch around Christmas, and partially just due to time because I'm not watching the cinema version. I'm watching the extended cuts. Is
Oh
Lord of
yeah.
the Rings. I watched the three of
Absolutely.
them. They're nothing to do with Christmas. Like
To
yeah,
be
there's
fair, they
snow
did
and all
they
in them,
did
and
come out. They did come out
they
December
did.
13th and 12th every year.
Yeah, they always came out around December, but they don't have any affiliation with Christmas other than the
No,
fact that
no.
I watch them at
Yeah.
Christmas every year. So
Great
to me, they're
movies.
a Christmas film, whereas Muppets Christmas Carol and stuff I watch every year, but it is a Christmas film.
Yeah, absolutely. Fair enough. Yeah, like Zoe has the Harry Potter collection. She keeps telling me they're Christmas films. They're not Christmas films. There's no integral part of that story that's a Christmas film. I said it can go through Christmas, but there's not an integral part in any of it, apart
No,
from
no,
him getting the invisibility cloak. But that's a story for a different thing.
no, but again, they were always on the TV at
Yeah,
Christmas
but that yeah,
after they
as I
came
said,
out.
that doesn't make it a Christmas film. It's just associate it with Christmas.
Yeah, it's a so like it's like Wizard of Oz and stuff. Again,
I hate that movie.
very associated with Christmas by a lot of people because that's when it was on. Like it was always on around Christmas. Titanic was another one, just so yeah, that's what I've kind of been mainly watching is things that I haven't watched Lord of the Rings yet. Saving those for when I can sit down and watch all of them. One
I
full
watched it
day.
with Finn earlier on in the year.
I'd say watch it again anyway, but
No, you know my take. I don't watch a film twice in a year, unless it was Jaws this year.
no, Lord of the Rings, you can watch them as many times as you want. So good.
Now, when you said Christmas horrors, that there's not many, there is one due out now. At the time of recording, I think it's 2 weeks from now. In Silent Night, Deadly Night, the remake.
No, there is. Yeah, there is a few. What I meant is just that there's not many kind of new
Oh yeah,
ones
no,
because like
I
we've
get that.
covered
Yeah,
Krampus, we've covered Gremlins, we've covered Silent Night, Deadly Night. We've covered a lot of them over the last
yeah.
couple of years. Like,
I'm very intrigued to see what they do with that Silent Night, Deadly Night. Obviously Rowan Campbell from Halloween Ends
yeah,
is the lead in it, so I'd be intrigued to see that now when it kicks off.
yeah, same. I am looking forward to seeing it. I do like having a horror to watch at Christmas, other than just whichever ones I decide to put on.
Also, just before we start the list, I took your advice, started watching the Scream TV show again, just that you're wearing the t-shirt.
Yeah, it's decent. Like, it's a shame that
But
what ends
first
up
two episodes
happening.
are very good.
Yeah, it's a shame what ends up happening in the sense of
I heard it got a hard reboot at 3.
Yeah, it got a hard reboot at 3, and there was kind of a cliffhanger left, which just never gets answered. But that's what happens. You know what I mean?
It's what it is.
Yeah.
It is what it is. Right. Well, let's jump into it. Because you can talk all day about horror films, and what we'll end up doing is divulging into most of these films somewhere along the way.
Yeah, true.
I'll keep a list of them. As I said, they're not in any order. They're not a top 10 or anything. This is just a watch list for yous that we think you should watch if you haven't seen them already, or if you have, definitely want to rewatch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As I said to you before, I'm going to try and stay away from kind of the big ones for a bit at the start because I think everyone knows they're going to be coming anyway. And I kind of want to try and get out some of the ones that, although won't be cracking anyone's top 10, are still,
They're worth a
I
watch.
thought they were still, yeah, I still think they were worth a watch. You know, I enjoyed them when I watched them. So,
Okay. Well, let's go then. You try the first one.
right. So the first one I'll go with is Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter.
Oh, such an enjoyable, funny film.
The concept is a bit out there. It was around that time where people were just like, yeah, just use historical figures and just stick them into things. Um,
Yeah.
and there's no reason that there's no rhyme or reason why it should work. Do you know what I mean? There's no reason why this should work. But it does. It's just, and
It's very much
it's
one of them
entertain.
parody movies.
Yeah, and it's very entertaining. Do you know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
he's not Abraham Lincoln that everyone knows from like history or real serious sort of. No, he's not like that. He's completely different, and this is why he becomes who he becomes, basically.
So that actually made it onto what I have at the bottom of mine is the honorable mentions.
Yeah, see, and that's what I mean. It's one that won't crack into people's top tens, but it's one that I think if you haven't seen it, it's definitely worth watching.
And obviously, from working in exhibition and being in the video shops for a lot of years growing up, the picture on the front of this box was brilliant. Remember, he was kind of down with the hat and stuff.
Yeah, it's brilliant. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's very enjoyable film.
yeah, it's definitely worth a watch. Definitely worth a watch.
Yeah,
It's something you can just stick on and don't have to pay too much to. You can walk out for 5 minutes and come back.
yeah. There's nothing serious about it. It's just it's a bit of a laugh, like.
Yeah. Right. I'll throw one out then. Is one of my favorite what the fuck films. Um, from the mid 90s and From Dusk Till Dawn.
Yeah,
It's the most out there random fucking plot twist movie you'll ever see in your life. Because it starts off with a bank robbery and or a gas station robbery, and the two boys are fucking criminals on the run, and then all of a sudden shit hits the fan.
yeah. Well, I mean, when you see the cast of this,
Yeah.
the last thing you're thinking is, I'm in for a vampire film. It's the last thing
George,
you're thinking.
George Clooney, Tarantino, Salma Hayek, Cheech Marin.
Even Danny Trejo, you're not like none of that screams. That screams. I'm in for like an action film
Yeah,
here.
yeah. Harvey
Not
Keitel was the one. When you see that in the list, and you're like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, you're just like you're not thinking this is going to be anything to do with vampires here at all.
Robert Rodriguez, the director, Tarantino produced it with him.
Yeah, no, it's
Um,
brilliant.
yeah, and then what can you say about Salma Hayek? Whew,
But like it's not a vampire film for the first like 30
45
minutes.
minutes.
Yeah, 35 minutes. And then
It
shit just
just
hits the
goes
fan and you're
off
like,
to the wall.
like what the hell's going on here, lads?
Yeah. Oh, and then you've got obviously Tom Savini, who was Sex Machine in it.
Yeah.
It's
No,
fucking it's so
yeah,
good.
it's very good. It's very enjoyable film as well. I
That's
think
one you
that's
can watch over
one.
and over.
Yeah, I think that's one again that does. It might not crack everyone's top 10, but I actually think that one does crack into a lot of top tens.
Ting is in it as well, isn't she? The girl from Cape Fear. Um, she plays Harvey Keitel's daughter in it. Oh, I
Is
can't
it
think of her name.
the same girl from Cape Fear? Can't
Yeah,
remember.
I can't think of her name off the top of my
Um,
head. I've lost it, but yeah, she's the young girl in it.
Yeah, yeah, it's definitely definitely worth a mention. And
So,
like,
actually, I'm gonna watch that tonight.
if I was making a list, yeah, like it would have been near the top of a top 10 list sort of thing.
Nice.
Um, I'll go with another one. This one's more recent, and it is one that you've seen as well. And I think you quite enjoyed it as well in Day Shift.
Day Shift. I thought I didn't like the look of this at all. I'm not a
No,
mad fan on Jamie Foxx. Wasn't a mad fan on Dave Franco either.
they're
But this
brilliant.
movie was a fucking belter.
Yeah, they're brilliant in it.
Belter.
Like they both play their role really well.
Like
Um,
as I said, I didn't know what to expect from it. I knew it was going to be a kind of a funnier piss take kind of vampire one. But then they go in and that L one turns into a vampire. It's like, what the fuck is going on here?
no, no, it's again, it's another kind of fun one. It's not, it's it's very much the comedy horror side of
Yeah,
things rather than and like that's kind of a lot of these ones that I'm saying won't crack into people's top tens, but they are worth watching. I think a lot of them actually do fall into that comedy horror. And
yeah.
I'm big into comedy as well, so that's probably why. But um, that's why I put in it. I want people to not just like,
Not stay mainstream.
not even that. I don't want people to stay mainstream. The video's a bit boring if you're going this, and then I say, yeah, I had that as well, and then you say another one,
Yeah.
and I go, yeah, I had that as well. So it's
The
like,
list ends quite quickly, doesn't it?
yeah, well, one, it ends quickly, and then two, it's like, yeah, everyone's already seen all of these, so you know, they did. What did they need to hear from us for?
Absolutely. That's it. That's a good one though. That didn't even make the honorable mention bit that I had. I forgot all about that.
Yeah, exactly. It's one that it's not going to be at the top of your list, but if it pops up, you're going to be like, oh, I'll watch that. All
And
right, yeah,
they're getting paid for taking the tea, didn't they?
yeah,
Yeah. Brilliant. Yeah. Very, very good. Really enjoyed that one.
yeah. I
Um,
watched it on your recommendation. I was like, all right, if you said it was all right, I'll give it a shot.
yeah, but I don't know if we can be trusted after you giving me some stuff and you gave me crawl. I remember that. That
Yeah,
went
but
well.
I had I knew Crawl was bad. I just had to get you to watch it. But anything I've told you where I'm like, that's actually good has always been solid.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Um, right. I'm gonna go with one, and it's probably the oldest one that's gonna be on any list. It's a movie that I bought when I worked in Extravision, and I never opened it. It's the only one of the only two DVD in my collection that I never opened. And it was the Universal Classics 1931 Dracula with Bela Lugosi. Um, like this is for the people that might never have seen it, or maybe they haven't seen it since they were younger, or if there's young people watching that have never even heard of it, go
Yeah.
back and watch it. This is the ultimate classic. Like I know if you've seen some of the old episodes, I always say Gary Oldman was the best Dracula, for his '92 Dracula, but this is for me is the best Dracula film.
Yeah, no, it's
Um,
a very strong one to be fair.
yeah.
I think the fact that I was gonna say it's the original, but I don't know that it is.
It probably
I
wouldn't be. There
it's
might be
be
one before it,
close.
but I
Maybe
can't think of it. Maybe Nosferatu is before it. I know it's
yeah, but he's
different
not.
vampire, but
That's what I mean. He's not Dracula. So I don't. This
yeah,
might be that might be the first Dracula film. Like it's not the
I don't
first
know.
mention of Dracula because obviously there'd be literature and stuff on him before that. But I think
I'm just, I'm
there's
just
a
checking here.
there's a good chance it isn't because there's a good chance there was some film made in the 1870s or something about him. But
No, no, it is. It is the first one.
first one, yeah. So yeah,
Yeah.
like it is very good, and a lot of it is the nostalgia of it, and not even nostalgia for us because like obviously it's from the 30s, but like.
It was nearly 70 years old when I was born.
Do you know what I mean? Like it's the nostalgia of like, oh, it was the first one, and people will always credit it with being really strong because it was the first one. I would say most young people probably won't enjoy it.
Yeah, it is tough.
I think you
It's
need to,
amazing to watch, knowing what it sparked.
yeah, well, see, like this is what I was saying last week when we were doing the review on Frankenstein.
Yeah,
Uh, as you get older, you appreciate certain things differently. Like that
yeah,
film was very good for its time because some things like that hadn't been done. So kind of younger people then would have liked it. But now things are so different. I don't know that young people would sit down and watch that. Like if you're 15 or 16 and you sit down and watch that, you're probably, unless you're someone that's like really into film and stuff like that, probably not going to be all that into it. You're going to be like, this is a bit shit. Like it's a bit dull.
That's fair, yeah.
But if you're a bit older and you've never seen it, it is definitely worth a watch. It's very strong. It's a very strong film. It's very solid. But yeah, it's not going to be cinema masterpiece or anything. Do you know what I mean? In comparison to what you see these
That was
days.
fantastic.
Oh yeah, for like and for its time, it would have been like considered like really high end and stuff. It's just we've
Mm.
developed so much since then. Do you know what I mean?
Absolutely. But yeah, that's the oldest one. I can guarantee there's not going to be an older vampire film.
No, I wouldn't think so.
Right, go on. Throw me another one.
What'll I go with here?
Twilight, King's favorite.
No, well, I was going to mention at the end that King's favorite is Twilight. I'm gonna go with Vampires versus the Bronx. So this is one that's on Netflix. It's relatively new.
Okay, I haven't seen.
Um, you haven't seen it?
No,
Well, that's a shocking one. Normally you've seen all these.
I've
Um,
never even heard of it. So you said it's on
so
Netflix.
yeah, it's on Netflix. Uh, it'll give you the idea that the likes of Method Man is in
Oh,
it. Do you know what I mean? Like
okay.
it's again, it's kind of that comedy one. It's I think it's three. It's been a while since I've watched it. I think it's three young kids who like live in the Bronx, and basically loads of vampires are coming to the Bronx, and they're like, "Man, we got to keep them out of here." And then Method Man is involved.
Okay,
Like,
Zoe Saldana's in it.
oh yeah, yeah, like it's a decent enough cast. Like it's not terrible or
Okay.
anything.
I've just
It's
added.
just
I've added to the list there. I'd never even heard of it.
yeah,
Okay.
it's just a bit of a laugh. Like, do you know what I mean? It's not majorly special about it, but it's entertaining.
Just putting a mark under that so I know what I need to watch.
Yeah, they're
Um,
basically they're just trying to keep them out of their town. Do you know what I mean? Like they're like, oh, let's keep them out of our neighborhood. That's it. Like that's the whole premise. Keep the vampires out of the Bronx.
Okie dokie. Okay, I'm gonna give that a watch.
Yeah,
I mean, as you said, you're surprised I haven't seen it. I'd never even heard of it. Even when
yeah,
I went to Netflix there and looked at the picture, it wasn't even familiar.
yeah. No, it's not a super common one. I think.
Uh, okay, okay. I like getting ones that I haven't seen before. Now, this is one you're not going to have seen, and this one people need to take note of, right? Because it's going to be released early next year.
All right.
Um, so a friend of mine, Scott Hansen, the director, sent me a copy to watch. It's called Devour. Um, this is right up there with indie horror. This has got vampires, it's got werewolves, it's all practical all the time. Um, it's just phenomenal to watch from start to finish. It was made in, I think he said he made it in his studio in Atlanta. He has a 12-foot werewolf in it,
No, nice,
all
nice.
practical, no CGI. I don't want to give too much away, obviously, because it's not out yet. But that you can actually see in the picture for the film. But so I'm not giving that away, so you won't kill me either.
Yeah,
But
no,
yes,
grand. It's one to look
it
forward
might
to.
show up if you're looking up on IMDb. It comes up as the Virginia Bitches because that was supposed to be the original name.
I think
Um,
Devour is a better name.
yeah, I thought so. But yeah, phenomenal start to finish. Um, but yeah, anyone that's waiting to see it when it's due out early next year, hopefully, you won't be disappointed with this one.
Yeah, it's one
It's
to keep
starting
keep
to
an eye
take
out
over
for.
the internet. It's starting to take over the pages now, like the horror scene and all are starting to put it out that people are waiting for it. So
Right, okay, that's one I'll keep on the list to watch in the future then.
shout, shout out to my buddy Scott. Cheers for letting me watch that one.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
All right. I'll go with another one. This one, I think it's more the name that I always found quite funny. This was again you and our mate Ray were working in Extravision at the time. I think you picked it up, and then we decided we'd watch it in Ray's house while we were waiting for Raw so that we could record Raw and then fast forward through the ads because we didn't want to watch them. So we'd watch something while Raw was
and
on
get
and
the
then
free
fast
pizza
forward the ads. Yeah, and then watch Raw an
and get the
hour
free pizza.
later. Well, yeah, we you didn't get a free pizza. The rest of us got a free pizza. Um,
Yeah, and fucking the
so
boys up.
this one is James Corden, which I
Yes.
think which I think already gives it away to you. It's lesbian vampire killers. And the
Yeah.
name is funny because what are they?
It,
Are they lesbians that are killing vampires, or are the vampires lesbians and they're killers?
yeah, it's. I love this. This is like I was never mad at Gavin and Stacey. I just didn't find it funny.
Yeah,
But
I like Gavin
this
and
movie
Stacey, but
was
yeah,
this
he's
this movie just was a banger.
yeah, it's just it's again, and it's really, really stupid level comedy.
Yeah,
Like
and it worked perfectly.
it's, I was going to say it's kind of Shaun of the Dead, but I actually like Shaun of the Dead is so far ahead of it in.
It's intelligent that
Well, yeah, but it's the same sort of kind of silly, jokey comedy. Like this is kind of like an old Adam Sandler film, but in a horror.
yeah
Do you know what I mean?
yeah that's a good way doing it. Yeah,
Like it's very
um,
just how stupid are these people? Why can't they understand something so basic? What the hell is wrong with them? And they just every situation they get into is it's like it's of their own making, and it's just because they're so stupid. But they somehow become killers for it. Or are the
yeah.
lesbian vampires the killers? I don't know. You have to watch it and find out.
601, half dozen of another.
Yeah,
Um, the funniest bit in this, one of my favorite bits in that is when they're in the van. He's like, "I got beers."
yeah. Even when they're just in the house and the door's open. Did you mean like I won't go into what happens there, but like they're just at the door, like. Um,
It's so good. It's so
this
good.
this
I
is
forgot
one.
about that one as well.
This one's one that's it's fun to watch, but if you never watched it in your life, I wouldn't be like, oh, you're missing out. Do you know what I mean?
Uh,
And that's what I mean. It's not going to make it into your list, into a top list ever. But it's just, if you're looking for something silly to watch, that's it. Like, just stick it
Bit of
on.
fun.
Grand, yeah,
Hot,
grand to watch that.
hot female lesbian action. Can't go wrong.
Yeah, it's grand. It's a bit fun. Yeah, grand. There you go. That's it.
It was um, it was real to a time kind of meta way they done it and taking the piss out of things that
Yeah,
you
oh yeah.
don't see. It was crossed in with Bride of Dracula and stuff.
Oh yeah, yeah. It was very much along the lines of like the scary movie sort of, you know, we
Even
know
Cabin
that.
in the Woods kind of way.
Yeah, but it's just like we know that we're not to be taken seriously, so we're
Yeah,
willing to make jokes about how not serious we're taking it. Like that's
yeah.
what it is.
I really enjoyed that one now, I must say. It
Yeah,
was a bit
no,
of
I
fun.
enjoyed it, but like again, if I'd never seen it, I wouldn't be, oh, you've never seen that? No, okay, fine, that's fine if you've never seen it.
Yeah. Um, right. I'm gonna throw one out. One that doesn't get a whole lot of love. Um, but I'm going with Blade 2 here.
Yeah,
Guillermo del Toro's Blade 2. Um, quite up there. I'd have this quite close to the original one. If someone told me they prefer Blade 2 to Blade 1, I wouldn't argue with them.
yeah, the
Obviously
first two
more
are
action
very
packed.
solid.
3 is a bit iffy, but still enjoy watching it.
Yeah,
Um, but 2, the vampire in this is so fucking good, where the mouth opens down here and
oh
out
yeah,
comes the fucking proboscis thing, and so good. Del Toro absolutely smashed it with that. Obviously, he had Ron Perlman, who he'd done Hellboy with, or he took him from this to Hellboy.
I think he took him
Um,
from this to Hellboy because this was before Hellboy.
this is 02, yeah, Hellboy probably 04, 05, something like that. Yeah, probably close enough to it.
Yeah,
But like the cast in this was very good as well. But yeah, obviously Blade being Blade, and just fucking awesome, all round action.
yeah. I'll kind of follow that one up, like Blade as well. Like obviously, if you're doing a list of them, I would just put Blade as, you know, all three.
You know what? I'll put all three of them in as one entry.
That's what I mean. Like if you watch Blade and then you're like, oh, watch Blade 2, you're just gonna watch Blade 3. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Well, Blade as a trilogy, then extremely fun.
Yeah,
Like the first one, the first one's just
the opening
ridiculous.
scene in the first one's brilliant.
Oh, it's so good. And now, obviously, we're going to for the Love of Horror in April, and they have the Blood Rave, and they're only after announcing that they have the DJ who wrote the song coming to play the Blood Rave.
Yeah, yeah, it should be very good. Yeah,
Got to get
um,
absolutely drowned.
yeah, everyone has to wear their white t-shirts so that it gets wrecked.
But no, Blade One, Stephen Dorff, fucking phenomenal as Deacon Frost.
Yeah,
Wesley Snipes, like that was Marvel's first movie, really.
it's the
And
one that
it
saved
kept,
them anyway.
yeah, it kept them on. Well, yeah, I suppose Howard the Duck was probably the first one, wasn't it?
Yeah, and that definitely didn't save them.
That nearly fucking killed them. But yeah, Blade kept the studio away open, and
Oh yeah, it saved the studio. Yeah, big time.
but
Um,
Wesley Snipes. This is my favorite Wesley Snipes role in anything.
I think so. I think it's most people's, to be fair. And it was great to
Yeah,
see
I
him
do
back
love White
in.
Men Can't Jump though.
Yeah, but it was great to see him back in
Oh, Deadpool and
Deadpool and
Wolverine.
Wolverine. Just him
But
showing
like,
up, like he's
remember
so
how
good.
long it was before I seen that, and I somehow managed to avoid all spoilers.
Yeah,
And then
he's
he came
just
into it, and I was like,
yeah, you're just not expecting it, and then he comes in, you're like, oh my god.
I was like, goo.
And the obviously we won't make the joke, but like the joke he says in it, like when he first appears, is so good.
Oh, he's just brilliant. He's just like I know people have their issues with him in real life and whatever, but these movies were just brilliant. Even
Oh yeah,
Tree, I really enjoyed Tree with Ryan Reynolds and Jessica Biel.
yeah. It's not
Uh,
great. It's in comparison
Triple
to the
H
other
as
two.
well.
Yeah, in comparison to the other two, it's night
I
and
think
day. But
I don't mind actually that version of Dracula neither.
no,
Um,
it's good. But like as a film, that's night and day to the
yeah,
first two.
yeah.
Um,
Okay, so that's
yeah,
the Blade trilogy.
yeah. This one's not a trilogy, but I'll put it in. I know you aren't a huge fan of it. I don't think King or the Dynamo were huge fans of it either. But Underworld, I quite liked Underworld. Um, I
I
really
really
liked
enjoyed the first one.
I liked the first one. I really liked I think it's the third one is the one that focuses heavily on the werewolves. Um,
Yeah, Rise of the Lycans.
yeah, I really like that one. But I think the rest of them are perfectly fine as well. They're all just
They're definitely
action
good
films.
action films. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like they're not super horror related, but it's the old vampires versus werewolves story. I thought they were quite enjoyable. I don't know. They do seem to get a lot of hate. A lot of people
Yeah.
really don't like these at all. Like they really don't like really hate them. I don't understand why. They're not bad.
It's also
But
got Kate Beckinsale in an all leather suit. You can't go wrong with that.
yeah, I don't know why people hate these so much. There does seem to be a lot of hate for them in the horror community. I'm not really sure why. But I've
So
always thought they were decent.
surprisingly enough, Zoe really likes them.
Yeah, I think they kind of probably appeal more to people who aren't big into horror, really.
Yeah. Maybe that's what it is. I was too much of a snob when I watched them the first time and I just let it get to me.
Yeah, see, I think people were, oh, it's a vampire film, and they kind of thought it's going to be a vampire film. They're going to be attacking humans, they're going to be doing this, and that's not the story. The story is them versus the werewolves. So it's a very different story. Um, and I think I watched it a couple of years ago, and I was like, I rewatched it, and I was like, yeah, they're still good. I still don't understand why people don't like them.
I must give it a rewatch and see.
Yeah, I like the third one because it's very werewolf heavy
Is that
based,
that's the
but
one with Michael Sheen, isn't it?
yeah, it's the Rise of the Lycan.
Yeah.
That's the one I like, or if that is the third one, I think it is the third one. But that's the one that I like, probably up there with the first one as the best of the five of them, maybe. I don't know. I can't remember how many.
Whichever.
Uh, yeah, but I'll put
The
them in.
franchise.
I'll put them in just because again, they're ones that don't tend to be that high up on people's. I think if you just get past the idea of it's not a vampire that's trying to kill, loads of humans and, is evil. if you get past the idea of that and just, accept that this is a different type of vampire film, I think people would enjoy them more.
That's fair. As I said, I haven't watched it in years.
Yeah.
So might actually sit down and give it a rewatch, an actual proper rewatch where I'll sit and watch and pay attention to it
Yeah, you
and
don't
see
need to
what
pay that much attention. Like they're kind of again, just you can watch
they're
them.
there.
Yeah.
Um, right, okay. So I'm gonna give one here now that a lot of people mightn't have seen. Depends on where you're from. This one's very much close to home. This is an Northern Irish based vampire film called The Boys from County Hell.
Okay.
You didn't see this one, did you not?
No, I thought you were going to go a different vampire film when you were saying Irish.
No,
Um,
no, no,
that's
no, no,
the
no. This
film's
one,
not Irish, but the actress is. I thought that's where you were
no,
going to go.
no, no, no. That one's in my honorable mentions though. I don't know whether you have it on yours, so I won't give it away just yet. But no, Boys from County Hell is the Irish vampire Albernac, something like that. Who was buried in a field in somewhere in Ireland, and there's a stone above their head, and people try and move the stone and take the stone and stuff, but eventually they wake it up by cracking the stone, and all hell breaks loose.
God, these people, why don't they just leave these things alone?
But the funny thing is, actually, I was only talking about rewatching it to Zoe one day, and so obviously Finn loves reading books, and she got a book for him. And she's like, it's an Irish vampire book, and I was like, no. So I read
Come
the
on.
back of it, the synopsis of it, and I was like, there's a movie of this. And she's like, what? And I was like, there is a movie that I was only talking to you about the other day.
Nice, eh? I'll have to put that on mine to
And
rewatch. I'd seen it years ago, but I'll have to rewatch it.
yeah, I really enjoyed it when I seen it now. I thought it was brilliant.
People need to leave things like that alone. Do you know what I mean? Ah,
They
there's an
tell you
old
not to touch
grave.
it, don't touch it.
There's an old grave that the old guy in town says, hey, maybe people should stay away from that grave. It's, there's a reason that we don't go near it. And then everyone just ignores him. And
And
then
does it
all
anyway.
shit, then all hell breaks loose. Just listen to the old guy. Listen to him.
But you know what's always the sad thing? The old guy always dies too.
Yeah, and he dies protecting the little shits that fucking reawaken the thing.
Yeah,
Little
fuck's sake.
arseholes. Just fucking listen to him next time, right?
Yeah, so that's my next one. After I changed Blade to a trilogy because I had Blade in the list on its own,
Yeah.
I put that one in from the honorable mentions.
Yeah, no, that's a good one to put in. I know you said you had this one in your honorable mentions, and I'll just say it because
Yeah,
um,
good
I,
movie.
s- I thought it was the one you were going to come with in Abigail.
Yeah, it
Again,
is an Irish
modern.
film. Yeah,
Yeah, but when you said Irish, I was like, it is Irish, she's Irish, but like, it's not like, other than the fact that it was filmed in Ireland and she's Irish, there's not a whole lot of Irishiness to it. Do you know what I
yeah,
mean?
okay, yeah. Yeah, I really enjoyed this one. Didn't know what to expect. Obviously, it was kept heavily under wraps when Radio Silence took over doing it, and they obviously brought Melissa Barrera on board, and everyone was like, "Oh shit, here we go," because obviously they'd done Scream 5 and 6 with her.
Yeah, everyone knew it was going to be a horror. They just
Mhm.
didn't know. It wasn't really like
It was known. It was known that it was going to be
there
an
was no t
offset of Dracula.
Yeah, you see, I'm trying to think of when the trailers and stuff came out. There was really no mention of vampires in it, in like the trailers and stuff for ages. Everyone was just like, "Oh, it's just going to be a horror based around a kid being like kidnapped."
Hmm.
That like
Yeah,
when it first,
they didn't give too much away. Now, I had read that Radio Silence were doing one with Barrera, and it was a telling of one of the Dracula tales.
yeah. Now this is solid. It's very good. It's a different type of story, but quite brutal. By the time you get to the end of it.
Kevin Durant in this is brilliant as well. I love Kevin Durant.
Yeah, no, it's a very solid film. Again, it's very recent. There's been a few decent like vampire films over the last
Couple of years, yeah.
5 years, maybe. There's been a few
Mm.
decent ones. Obviously, King will say the last 10 with, maybe is it more than 10? I don't know. with all
Oh, it's
Twilight,
more,
like he'd have them up there as the
I
top of
definitely
the
think
pile.
that's more. I definitely think that's more than 10. All right, yeah, jeez. The years are rolling on that one. But Abigail's great. Shit. It was all filmed in Castleknock as well.
Yeah.
Um, John Carlo Esposito and everything in it. Fucking
Oh,
deadly.
yeah, really good cast. Like, yeah.
And I mean to say the two lads are fucking killing it as a director, as a pair of directors as well. Obviously, Scream 5 and 6, and Abigail, and now there's a couple more coming from them.
Oh, yeah, no, it was brilliant. Absolutely fantastic film. Like,
The one thing I wish I would have seen that I seen it in the cinema.
yeah, I didn't see it in
Um,
the cinema either, but
like I had with me, Zoe, and the kids got invited to Harold and the Purple Crayon premiere,
and you picked
and
that.
yeah, she was there. The little girl who played Abigail and Matilda, and Zoe's like, "Do you want to go and get a picture with her?" I was like, "I do not." Um,
No, she's a bit young.
what? Yeah, she was only 12 but 10, but I mean to say she's tiny. Do you know the way she looks in the film? She's
Oh, yeah, well,
fucking tiny.
she was on the Late Night Toy Show or something for Matilda that year. She's like tiny, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I tell you what, she's turning into a phenomenal actress.
Yeah, she's been very good. Just we'll see if she sticks with it or if she moves into um like more mainstream rather than like sticking with horror. Do you know what I mean? She's
Well, I mean, she done Matilda.
that's what I mean, yeah, but like that's child actress as
Yeah.
Matilda, then child actress in a kid's film, The Purple Crayon, then she moved into a horror.
But she wasn't in Purple Crayon. She was just at the premiere.
Oh, was she? I thought she was in that. I thought she did. I thought she had something to do with that.
No, she might
Um,
she might have, but I didn't. Like, she's not in the film herself unless she done a voice for it. But she was just at the premiere.
right. Okay. I don't know. Yeah. For some reason, I had it in my head that she was in it, but I could be wrong. But yeah, either way, I think yeah, she's done a couple of other films, and then she's moved into horror. Whether she'll stick with it and end up being a big horror person, or if it's just she'll do the odd one when it pops up and it suits her.
Yeah,
That remains to be seen.
I mean, you weren't gonna get someone better when you were making the film in Ireland to do a kid like that either. She was fucking deadly.
No, she was brilliant. Yeah, she did it really well.
Um, really impressed with that movie. Now, I must say. Um, right. So, seeing as we've gone Irish film, semi-Irish film, I might as well stick with this. This was this year's big one. I think everyone should see this. Stole the show by an Irishman. Well, actually, he's English, but he
Yeah,
counts himself
plays.
Irish.
Yeah,
In Sinners, this movie, I have this as movie of the year. This is fucking fantastic.
yeah. It was very, very, very good. To be fair.
Jack
Um,
O'Connell, Michael B. Jordan, Haley Steinfeld, Delroy Lando, Omar Epps. I like when me and Zoe were watching this and I seen his name pop up. I was like, oh, he's not going to be okay. He's the Justin
no,
Long of horror. He's another Justin Long of horror.
yeah,
He's just
he was
not
always
going to be
going down.
okay, but
No, he was never going to. Yeah, yeah, no, fantastic, cracking film.
very eerily similar to one I mentioned earlier in From Dusk Till Dawn.
Yes, it's again, yeah, you wouldn't
It's
know
a
that
lot
it's
of
going to be.
yeah.
Yeah, you wouldn't know it's going to be anything to do with vampires. There's no indication of it until it is to do with vampires, basically.
It just happens, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I
Um,
love that they dig into the lore of the Indians chasing the vampires down. Obviously set in Prohibition era in the States somewhere.
yeah.
Can't remember
Oh
where it
yeah,
is.
no, it's done brilliantly. Yeah, even the stuff when they're in the when they've opened their kind of bar thing, and the music is like transporting people through time, basically.
You see,
Uh,
that's the only bit of the movie I didn't like.
yeah. See, you didn't like it. I thought that bit was brilliant. I really like that. I think
I
it
just
works
I
really
just didn't
well.
like it. Obviously when I'm watching it, I was sitting looking at it and the music's going and they're playing, and next thing you know, Jimi Hendrix pops up, and next thing you know, there's a guy on the decks. I was like, "What the fuck is going on here?"
Yeah, see, because they talked
I
about it,
know, I know
obviously.
they mention it in the story, yeah, as
Yeah,
they're
they
building.
mention it a lot about how music is so powerful. So I was like, oh, I like that they've tied that in here as well. Um, but yeah, no,
And of
after,
course,
like obviously that came out this year, so I don't want to say too much about it in case people haven't got the chance to watch it. I know it came out a good few months ago and stuff, but
start
um,
of the year, yeah.
yeah, but it's
And
still
then
one that I'm like, right, I want people to experience that rather than hear me tell them
Jack
about it.
O'Connell was fucking phenomenal.
Yeah, no, he was brilliant in it.
That man's
Um,
ripping it up in nearly everything he's doing now. Obviously, the ill-fated 28 years later. He was in. He's going to be in the Bone Temple now as well.
yeah, no, he's really starting to step up again now.
Yeah, he had that spell where he was meant to be the next big thing, and then he went off the rails, and he came back. It's great to
Yeah,
see.
I'm glad to see that he's come back. Trying to think now. I could kind of stick with. There is still like there's a lot of vampire films the last couple of years. Um, don't know that I really want to put any more kind of those ones in at the moment. Um, like obviously there's one from the very start of the year in Nosferatu, and you could go either way with that and say that one or
Original.
the original from 1920s or whatever.
Yeah,
And I think
both very good.
um, we've discussed Nosferatu before.
Yeah,
Obviously, if you're going to talk about vampire films, it deserves to be up there, and especially the one this year I thought was brilliant as well. Till I
the
seen
must.
Sinners, it was. Until I seen Sinners, I think I had it at the top. Obviously, it was at the top very early on because it was released at the start of the year, but it was up there for quite a while. Um,
You don't have to throw it in. Like it was
no,
definitely going to get a mention at some stage.
yeah, we could be here all day mentioning vampire films, so I'm kind of trying to pick a couple of ones. I'll go with it is an old one, but it's one that's very different again to what you're thinking with a standard vampire film with Interview with a Vampire.
okay.
It's a
This didn't make
very
my made my honorable mentions. I'm not hugely sold on this movie.
Yeah, it's a very different type of film.
Yeah,
It's more documentary based than it is anything else.
yeah.
But it's
Predominantly,
very that's what I mean. It's very interesting. It's very interesting to hear the way they present themselves and things in the film. It's definitely worth watching.
absolutely. The
Um,
TV show wasn't bad either.
I don't know that people will end up liking it because as you said, if you don't like this style of film, you're not going to like it, and you'll probably turn it off quite quickly.
Yeah,
Um,
it can be. I can find it. Sometimes it drags a little for me. Brilliant to watch, like visually stunning, especially for
yeah,
the time.
and
Cast, brilliant.
you have to be willing to sit down and watch it. It's not one that you just throw on and you're just like, all right, I'll just watch this. You kind of have to be wanting to watch it.
Yeah, the cast is phenomenal as well.
Yeah, oh no, it's brilliant. It's just it's not going to be everyone's kind of thing, which is why I said I'll put it in because it doesn't get mentioned a lot when people are talking about them. It gets mentioned as an honorable mention a lot, but that's usually about where it gets to.
Yeah, I'm going to change mine up a little bit now. I'm not going to go horror based vampire with this one. I'm going fully action with this one. This movie was Dracula Untold.
Yeah, very good.
Um, I was completely and utterly blown away by this. I didn't expect too much from it. I thought Luke Evans could be a very good Dracula. Didn't really think too much of it when we went to see it in the cinema. Uh, of what to expect, and boy, God, it was fucking awesome. It deserved a sequel that
Yeah,
we never got.
it's one of those films that yeah, it's very out in left field because you're like, right, it's a vampire film. I know what I'm expecting when I come into this, and then it's just not that at all. It's just pure
Yeah,
action.
yeah. He's the story of Dracula being Vlad the Impaler.
Yeah,
Uh, Luke Evans, I thought was phenomenal. He's just brilliant and everything. I like Luke Evans.
yeah, no, he was very good in this. Now, to be fair, yeah,
Charles Dance as well. Top drawer, top
another,
drawer.
yeah,
A man just can't do anything wrong, can he?
no, and he fits that aesthetic of like the old.
arsehole.
wise vampire, doesn't he?
Fucking yeah, no, the action scenes in this, the story, visually brilliant. I was good at it. Didn't get a sequel.
Yeah, it probably was at the time. I'm kind of glad it didn't now because I feel
They
like if
might,
they did, it would have just been a shit show.
yeah, especially the way it ends, and like it's 2012 movie, so like where it ends and they're in modern time.
Yeah, that you're kind of stuck then when once you get to there.
Uh, but
Um,
really enjoyable. If you haven't seen it, it's definitely worth it. It's one of the better action flicks you'll watch.
yeah, it's a very strong action film. And it's not like if you're not really into horror, well, I don't know why you'd be watching this podcast if you're not. But if you weren't really into horror, or if you're just like, I just don't want to watch something horror based, this is one that you could put on and you can kind of not pay attention. Do you know what I mean? Like
Yeah, there's
you
not a
could
whole
walk
lot. It's
away.
not a story. You can get it.
Yeah, like I don't like it's not like an Arnie film, but it is in certain ways where you could kind of disappear for 10 minutes and come back and you'd be like, right, I still kind of get the like I haven't missed anything overly important here. I still know what's going on. He's still out here fucking scrapping lads, do you know what I mean?
Could you imagine? Right, just you say that with an Arnie film, it just came to
I'd
me.
love
Could
an
you
Arnie one.
imagine walking at a predator for like 15 minutes and coming back?
Yeah, you'd be like, what the fuck's going on here?
I thought this
Um,
was a war movie in the jungle.
yeah, what the fuck's this thing doing? Uh,
Uh,
that being said, I'd love Arnie in a vampire film.
he done a zombie film.
Yeah, but I'd love Arnie as a vampire.
Yeah, how do you stop him? He's a machine.
Such a big massive prick.
Yeah. No, his zombie movie.
Oh, it was good, yeah. But that's what I mean. I'd like him as a uh, here,
Yeah,
Arnie, can you be the vampire? Because vampires are always depicted
so
as
funny,
like
wasn't
vampires are always depicted as like tall and like skinny and like well
it? Gangly.
spoken. Yeah, and like well spoken and real like they're usually like lords and stuff. And
Mm.
then instead of that, you just have this guy come out and he's just absolutely jacked. It's just like, well, what the fuck are we gonna do to him? Like, how we're not even gonna be able to him with the cross. Look at the size of him.
No, yeah, it's but yeah, Dracula Untold, I fucking loved.
Yeah, no, it's a solid one. I'm gonna go with another one that I loved. Different again, but this is a very if you're into brutal zombies, this is one of them. Uh,
Brutal Zombies. Wrong
or
film.
like brutal, like yeah, yeah, like just absolute like brutality the whole way through. 30 Days a Night.
It was number one on my list.
Yeah, it's and again, this is I said I was going to try and not use ones that are at the top all the
Yeah,
time, but this is one that is at the top and it's there for a reason. It's just so
I fucking love it. I
this
love this movie.
isn't there's no like I said before, vampires are usually depicted as like tall, lordly, like they put on a facade of elegance.
In control.
Yeah, like they put on a facade of elegance, people are like, oh, these are good, decent people, and then it's like, oh, but at night they're not. They're actually, drinking, like they're killing people and drinking blood, but they still present themselves in such an elegant way. Not the case here. This is just
Yeah.
right. These lads are just fucking absolute, like blood crazed, fucking dangerous animals. Like,
Like I was just like even rewatched it recently. Josh Hartnett's brilliant. Like it did at the time when this came out, I think he was still being kind of the American boy sweetheart that everyone fucking.
mm,
This went completely left field for him. Um, like this, and then fucking things in it as well. Ben Foster's brilliant. And then Marlowe, the head vampire, was
yeah,
just Danny
like,
Houston played Marlowe, and you wouldn't even know it's him. He's
yeah.
just so good.
But that like this was a very different depiction of vampires. Like this is just like they're animals. Like that's the only word for them in this film. They are dangerous animals.
And I know King will agree with us on this one. Like this is mine and his favorite depiction of a vampire.
Yeah,
Just filthy, bloodthirsty, fucking
yeah,
gonna kill everything and anything. I think they use the story really well of the town that goes into darkness, and they found out about it, so they make their way there. They take
Yeah.
out communications, and then
Oh
it's
yeah,
all
it's
free for all.
yeah, it's just it's absolutely brilliant. And yeah, like I love the elegant, lordly vampire, like,
The Gary
Nosferatu.
Oldman of the world.
Yeah, Nosferatu, Dracula, like these old, we've lived for so long, we know how humans work, we know what the best way to, and like, I love that. I think it's a great depiction because if you live forever, you are going to eventually refine it from being like, if you got turned essentially into a vampire, you probably would be blood crazed. Do you know what I mean? Like at the start, that'd just like,
Yeah,
you'd just become
yeah,
a mindless animal. You'd have to learn to control it. You'd have to learn to become more dignified, how to survive in the real world, all these things. And that's the difference. This like 30 days a night is as if like these have all just been turned, but that's not what's happened. What's happened is that this group of vampires just never changed who they were. They were like, nope, this is who we are. We're just dirty animals.
we're
Like,
gonna, we're gonna fuck everything up.
yeah, we're here to fucking kill people and drink blood. That's it. We genuinely don't care about, you know, our, about anything. We're just that's it. Like we're just blood crazed.
It also has one of my favorite lines from a vampire film when one comes out from under the house and she's praying and she's like, "Please God," and he's like, "God, no God."
Nope.
That's ice cold.
Yeah, and like yeah, she knows then. She's like, right, I'm fucked now. Like I'm out here with this guy. That's the end of me.
But the
Um,
fact then, even in that movie, they kind of fucking they use people as traps and bait and stuff.
yeah, and I think Sinners took a bit of this into their film. Like without giving too much away about Sinners, they kind of took a bit of this, like some of the concepts from this, like using humans as bait, trying to lure people out and stuff. They're a lot smarter in Sinners,
Yeah.
but they use these kind of tricks. And when they get going, they're in Sinners, they're pretty bloodthirsty.
Remy's one of the better vampires I've seen in years.
Yeah, no, it's definitely it's near the top of most people's lists, if not the top, and it deserves to be there.
Every bit of it, yeah. Um, right. Let me see. Seeing as you went 30 days a night, I will change that out and I'll put in Stakeland. You ever
Haven't
see
seen
Stakeland?
Stakeland. No, never seen it.
Oh, Stake. I won't go too much into it. It's on Netflix at the minute. Um, basically, it's a vampire torn country, and
Okay.
they just go around hunting vampires. It's brilliant. I don't want to give too much away because you haven't seen it,
Yeah,
but
no,
my
I'll put
pick
it on
would have been.
this. Stakeland. Okay, I'll put it on the list here. Um,
Like, go on. I'll tell you what. You do two more. I'll give you two more, and then
right,
we'll
I'll do
call it.
two, and they'll just be nice and kind of quick because they've been talked about 100 times over, really. Lost Boys.
All right.
I said 30 Days a Night is probably at the top, if not the top for most people.
This is the
When
other one.
it's not the top, I think Lost Boys is usually their top one. Um, it,
Two
and it,
two very different vampire movies.
yeah, Lost Boys is very teenager, kind of cool, edgy, and a lot of people who would have grown up that are our age or even a little bit older, because obviously it came out in the 80s. This would have been like one of the first vampire films you saw as well. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's solid the whole way through. I'm only really counting the first one. I know we counted the rest. There is
Yeah.
more Lost Boys, but
I haven't seen the rest of them, so I can't say anything.
I'd seen the rest of them years ago, but I've never been like, I'll watch Lost Boys and then watch the rest of them as well since. So,
The soundtrack to this is phenomenal as well.
yeah, soundtrack's brilliant. The acting is solid all around. The Frog Brothers are brilliant. They're a great little set of characters that,
The cast in this is just phenomenal.
yeah, it's very well done the whole way through. I mentioned Nosferatu earlier, so I've kind of given that its a shout out. You did. Do
Go
I
on, throw one.
do I be a bit cheeky and go I am Legend, which was obviously a mistype because it's meant to be I'm a Legend is actually what the film was called, but that
Um,
is it
so
is
I looked
vampires
at
because it's
this.
from a book and it is
Yeah,
vampires in the book, but they're very much more on the zombie side of like a lot of zombie stuff got written off the back of this.
yeah.
So
They so
people
to me when it came out in Extravision, it was put in the horror section mostly with vampire stuff. The book I know they're more vampires. They do need blood,
yeah,
so
so
there is that.
it's a bit cheeky to put that in. So I'll go with one that's a bit newer. Um, The Invitation came out a couple of years ago, in the last 5 years anyway.
I haven't seen it. That's the one with the envelope as the cover.
Oh, is that one or is it another one? I can't remember. There was two different covers for it. So um, yes, I think there's two different covers, but I think there is one where it's like an envelope on a table, yeah. And then there's one
Yeah,
where
yeah.
she's basically dressed as
2022.
like a bride.
Yeah,
Um,
I see the both of them here. Yeah,
yeah,
I haven't seen it.
she gets invited to like an old English family that she's distantly related to,
Oh,
is the
I'm sold.
premise.
I'm sold on it already. Sean Pertwee's in it. I'm
Yeah.
sold.
Yeah, she's invited to an old English family that she's distantly related to somehow, and she goes, and
Okay.
then it's vampires, basically.
Deadly. It's got Sean Pertwee in it. I'm sold.
Yeah, Sean Pertwee
You
is
know,
brilliant. It's
you don't
not,
have to do much to sell me on a film.
yeah, like I will tell you, it's not one that I'm like, yeah, if you didn't watch this, you wouldn't be like, oh, I can't believe I hadn't seen that. You'll never think that even like once you watch it, you won't be like, I can't believe I hadn't seen that before. Um,
It's just cool.
the
It's just a background kind of one.
Yeah, there's nothing overly special about it. It's a decent film, but there's just nothing there's nothing overly special about it. Like you'd be fine if you didn't see it. It's not like people would be
Okay,
like, "Oh, I can't believe you haven't seen that," like they would The Lost Boys or something.
that's fair. Okay, it's on the list anyway. I'll
Yeah,
give it a watch. I can't give a list out to people to watch without me having seen them myself.
yeah. It's decent. It's nothing special. It got absolutely blasted on some reviews. Like some people really hated it. Some people really hated it. Some were like, "Yeah, it's decent." I didn't see anyone be like, "This is amazing." So that kind of gives you an idea to keep your expectations relatively low for it.
Hello review. Awesome.
Yeah, there is other films you could put in there. I was just like, I'll just take something that's kind of relatively new because people might not have seen it, rather than all the old classics of, Nosferatu, Gary Oldman's Vampire, like all them.
Yeah, so I actually have Dracula the 92 version because it's my favorite version of Dracula. The
Yeah,
movie is absolutely crap.
yeah, but he's
There's
brilliant.
so much issues, but Gary Oldman just steals the show. Albeit, I said to you when I was watching Nosferatu, I said this is like a remake of the 92 Dracula.
Yeah,
Um, and to me, it was closer to that than it was to the original Nosferatu, which actually I really enjoyed, and I liked Skarsgård's version.
yeah, I think there's a nice
But
mix between it.
Gary
Yeah,
Oldman but Gary Oldman in this was just off the charts. So he deserves his own mention. The movie,
yeah,
as I said, Keanu Reeves had his own issues at the time. Um, Christina Ricci was there, or Winona Ryder, one of them. I can't remember which one it is. Um, movies good watch, but it's long, it's dated. Um, like it has to be there because it's my favorite Dracula version.
yeah. It is the film that I believe turned Keanu Reeves into a vampire, though.
You shouldn't have been in that castle in Romania.
Listen, he hasn't aged. He looks the same.
Yeah, he moves like he's the same age as well.
Nah, guy's a beast. I'm telling you, he's a vampire.
I have a couple other quick mentions. Then we obviously have Fright Night. Um,
Yeah, Fright Night's a good one.
everyone seems to love this movie. I love Fright Night. It's a bit of crack. I didn't mind the remake. It wasn't great.
Yeah, it's a bit of a laugh.
I like Colin Farrell, so that was at that stage where he was kind of defiant on everything. So it was the
People
fun Colin
really, if people really hated him at that time. Everyone loves
Farrell.
him now, but they really hated him back then.
It's got the likes of Phone Booth and shit came out, and I
Oh,
don't
Phone
know.
Booth was. I like Phone Booth. Everyone hates it. I think it's pretty good.
He was also Bullseye in Daredevil, but we won't talk about that.
Yeah, less said about that, the better.
But one that flies relatively under the radar of a lot of people is Near Dark.
Yeah.
Um, I remember seeing this when I was younger, and I remember not liking it. I was like, I don't know why. Went back and watched it a few years ago, and I was like, this is fucking awesome. I think it was off the back of Ian pretty much fucking picking at me to watch it.
Yeah, and I think again, I think it's just one of those ones that if you are younger, I think it just doesn't hit the same way.
Mm.
I think it's one of those ones that
Very
you do
enjoyable now.
appreciate when you get older. It's just that type of film.
Very enjoyable now. The story, the acting, the effects in it, brilliant.
Yeah,
Well, sorry, I wouldn't go brilliant, but they were very, very good, especially for the time. Um, but yeah, there's a list of 20 or so
yeah.
um,
Um,
vampire movies to watch over the Christmas.
if you want a couple of other ones, there's obviously Renfield came out last year.
I wasn't so.
Again, yeah, again, nothing special. It's decent. It's perfectly fine to watch.
Yeah,
Nothing
it's got
special.
Nick Cage in it. You have to watch it.
Yeah, yeah. It's fine. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just it's not going to.
Yeah,
Um,
it's a different version of
there's
everyone's thing.
there is Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I've never seen the film. Never seen the film.
You never
I've
seen
only
the
have,
Kirsty Swanson film?
nope. I've only watched SMG in the TV show, and that's all I'll ever need.
She's not even the original Buffy suit. That's bad form.
Doesn't matter. She's the best version of it. So if I'm gonna watch
It
a
wouldn't be
Buffy,
fucking hard.
that's what, if I'm gonna watch Buffy, it's gonna be TV show. That's it.
Albeit Buffy the Vampire Slayer has one of the funniest death scenes ever in it. Where one of the vampires gets his arm cut off, and he gets stabbed, he's going around, he just goes by the camera for like 5 minutes going, oh,
Yeah.
oh.
Yeah,
Uh,
I've never seen it, but I probably I'm not gonna say I never will, but it's never on my list to watch because I'm just when I think Buffy, I'm like, oh, I'll just rewatch the TV show.
it's on Disney.
I know, yeah,
Uh,
and so is the TV show. So when I think Buffy, I go, oh, I'll just watch the TV show.
you've got obviously Salem's Lot, the original one, and then the remake that came out this year.
Yeah,
Um, there's loads to watch, but check out some of the ones that we gave you there over the last hour or so. Um, we never
yeah,
steer you
yeah. We've tried to stay away from kind of the bigger ones there a bit, just to
wrong. Well,
because
I did.
you've probably watched, yeah, but like even some of the like Devour, like Stakeland wouldn't be a big one either.
Yeah, true.
Um,
Boys from County Hell.
yeah, Boys from County Hell wouldn't be. It tried to give you a few ones that wouldn't be the top ones because you've probably seen them already. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Um, but yeah, vampires always fun to watch.
Yeah,
You always know roughly what to expect until you get from dusk till dawn, and you haven't a fucking clue what's coming.
yeah,
But as I said, folks, Devour, it should be out early next year. Um, when that drops, you will not be disappointed. It might be a bit harder for us over this side. I don't know what kind of deal that they're doing over there, but
oh, always the same.
if anyone's looking for it, hit me up and I'll try and sort something out with Scott, and we'll see what we can get for you.
Yeah, perfect.
I should have asked him that before I put that in the show, but anyway, I'm sure he won't mind. He's a good guy. But yeah, there's some vampire films for you to watch over the Christmas, folks, and the New Year. I will say you can't ever go wrong with a vampire film, though. Well, actually, you can,
You can,
but
but it's rare.
we'll just ask Eddie Murphy when he done Vampire in Brooklyn. But sure, look,
Oh, we
uh,
didn't mention.
Leslie Nielsen.
No, well, no one. We'll put this one in just because obviously it's around Christmas. If you have kids, you're gonna have kids around you. Little Vampire.
I love Little Vampire.
That's what I
I
mean.
love Little Vampire.
We didn't mention it. I always try to get one in with a that's kind of vampire based. Little Vampire for with the kids
Jonathan Lipnicki and Hugh Grant.
or Hotel Transylvania is a animated one as well.
They were brilliant. I loved all of them, even the
That's what I
last one.
mean. Yeah, we'll just throw them in here just at the end, just for
There's your
with the
kids' ones to
kids.
watch.
Yeah, with the
Yeah,
kids.
there's
Yeah,
your kids. And remember, if for some reason or another you're watching Gremlins over Christmas and you live in the Republic of Ireland or England, make sure you skip that scene when she's talking in the house. And that's
that's
where we'll leave you,
yeah,
folks.
that scene doesn't exist.
Yeah, that's where we'll leave you. That's the greatest advice I'll ever give you. Don't piss in the wind and skip that scene in Gremlins. But we'll leave it there, folks. The same way I finish every single Friday night. You know, words of the great George A. Romero, ladies and gentlemen, stay scared.